Hello everyone. Welcome back to some more racing action. We are back with the second to last race. We have America's Tier 1 in 2 a.m. BST time, that is. So we're back with some Tier 1 action. This is very fast drivers competing in this league here. We got about, I believe, 18 drivers that's going to be racing with us today. Everyone's getting ready to go into the lobby. I'm joined with the Spaniard, the man, the beauty himself, Bitso. How are you today?
Really good. I'm really good here in Imola once again. Of course, as you were saying, this is gonna be the second last race of this week. We'll have Tier One now, and in 4 hours, a little bit more, I think, we'll have America's Tier One to round up the week here on Imola. 18 drivers at the moment, waiting for two. We might be the full grid, but probably they will join mid qualifying. So I think these drivers might be reading up in a few moments. We will see, but I'm really thrilled to see what these drivers can do.
Yeah, me too. We saw a lot from Tier 1 in the Saudi Arabian race. Saw a lot of DNS and a lot of safety cars, but with Imola, there's always a chance for safety cars, but it's highly unlikely as there's a lot of breathing space for these cars in DNF. But let's take a look at the standings, shall we? We can see in the Tier 1, Jeffrey Ritchie's leading with 54 points with the Alpine team. And second place, we have Yana Dovzan in 31 with the 31 points, as well as Candy King. He has 26 points, and Vincent Nyqvist. They both have the same amount of points, so you can technically say both of them are in contention for that third place. But looking behind them, you can see Drake Dempsey, Angel Arias, Brain Stew. They both have 25. All three of them have 25 points, as well as McBlurk, Avi, and Kai, both having 21, 20, and 12 points respectively. As well as Alpine is leading the Constructors' Championship with 66 points, as well as Mercedes in the second spot with 41 points. Even though the Mercedes drivers are 8th and ninth, they're still doing pretty well in the Constructors, helping each other along. And going to
Really good.
yeah, look, it looks really good so far. But going to the calendar, we are in our fourth race of Imola, and the next race will be USA. Do you have any opinions with USA? I know it's not a popular track amongst the drivers, but it's definitely a track to be wary of.
It's a really difficult track. You can collect a lot of penalties on that first sector and as well on the third sector. So drivers will have to be carefully there. But right now here on Imola, 18 drivers at the moment, might be two drivers joining on qualifying, but we'll see later on. 18 drivers, we have some familiar faces that we haven't seen in a while. I'm talking about Freeware there on 12th place at the moment on the AlphaTauri, reserving for Taz, and of course other more drivers that we have seen here on MRL, of course in this first round and in other seasons.
Yes, and we are loaded up into Imola. I'm going to change the screen very shortly, but it is looking dry for the qualifying session here. So that's looking good for these drivers. A nice quality session, but is it going to be rain? If there's anyone here that can help us with that, that'll be much appreciated. So here we are. Here's all the drivers going out right now for their laps. I believe the first car out there is a McLaren. Is it Kai, I believe, or and my game has froze. Okay, something's acting up with my game, but we are back. I believe Jonah Martens, the recently joined driver for the McLaren team. Unfortunately, Eruption, he's got a new wheel system, so he's going to be practicing with the wheel. Eruption is here in a reserve capacity, but they won't be scoring any points for their McLaren team anymore.
Exactly, Eruption here on the Williams, I think, will be on this afternoon. As you were saying, no more points for the McLaren team. Now he joined as a reserve. He didn't want to commit as full-time driver, changing the inputs. He usually was a driver known for his abilities on the controller. Now changing those skills for the wheel, and we hope it goes really good on his first race, I think, officially here on MRL with that input. We'll see what he can do there. Meanwhile, other drivers there going into the track. We'll have Neon, the first driver to set a lap. Seems like almost everyone on the softs. Well, actually, we have a couple of drivers with the mediums. Noel, Drake Dempsey, Dovzan, as well as Jeffrey and Kai will try the first attempt with the mediums. Neon is flying.
Well, compared to the last race in Tier 2 that we commentated, there's only 2 drivers that had the medium tires on. Now there's more more diversity in the grids. Jonah Martens, Neon, known as, he's a very good driver. We've seen him reserve for Saudi Arabia. He got that podium, so can't wait to see what he does going through the corners. He had a good Sector 1. That's a 23.9 for Sector 1. Not bad for a banker lap. The lap is still not over yet, though. Neon still needs to carry that speed going through these corners and not invalidate, especially on this turn over here where you can definitely go nervous on the throttle and go a bit wide. But let's see what he does here. Carries the speed nicely up that ramp. He does it nicely. It looks like he was going to lose it there, but no. These drivers are keeping it very nice and tidy. Going to the chicane here. He doesn't get that much speed, but still sets a very good Sector 2. And it's going to set the first lap of this race, finishing up the last sector right now. Going through the last couple of turns. Make sure you don't invalidate here. It's kind of easy to do that as well. But no, he sticks on the track and he's going to set the first lap. It's a cone there, but that's not going to be an issue. And he sets a 14.1 as a banker lap.
That's amazing. That's amazing from him. His teammate, well, not teammate, sorry, his mate on the mediums, only 4 tenths behind him, Drake Dempsey.
That for mediums, that's amazing.
That's indeed amazing time from him. I'll be jumping in another driver, I think Jakak as well, flying now on Sector 1. 24.1 is the time done for him at the moment. 2 tenths lower might be compared to Neon. Vincent Nyqvist now crossing the line on the Alfa Romeo to put a 14.3, the second driver on the softs. Austin Tarlaski behind his teammate in the same 10th, but different compounds. We'll see what Jakak has now going through Auca Minerale, now into the chicane of 14 and 15. Trying to put the car to place it on the best way possible to the exit. Really important after that section. Now going down into 16. Really easy to invalidate, as you were saying there on these corners. You have the inside, the outside, and the inside curve that you need to really maximize on these corners to gain tenths and of course times for your, well, there you have it. It's a very good lap time from Jakak. It's 13.9. It's 2 tenths clear of Neon, and that's a very, very good banker.
Very, very good banker lap. A 13.9. That's a banker lap to be proud of. We saw in Tier 2, I believe, pole lap from Wisp was a 13.8. So already steps himself into P2 if he drew for Tier 2. But no, we're gonna see some more fast lap times here. I've seen these drivers as for example, Avi, I remember he sets or Avi and Kai, I remember they said 13.7 when I was doing qualifying session practice with them. So those are noble drivers to look out for, as well as the key drivers here, which is Vincent, Yona, Ace, as well as Dovzan. But going to the race, we still have about 7 drivers, I believe, that hasn't set a lap yet. And still a lot, but there's a lot of time left with this session. I don't believe anyone is on a lap yet. I believe Brainstew might be doing another lap on his second run, but we'll see. Everyone's most likely heading back into the pits.
Yeah, I think we might be having another driver. I think we are 19. Yeah, I think Cody Lawrence joining for Ferrari on the place of Bestmate. There he is, and I think Crampy as well might be joining there to fill the grid. There we have it, Crampy on the Alpine for Mark and Lawrence for Bestmate. So full grid for today's night, and I'm really thrilled to see what these drivers can do. 2 drivers that are really good. Crampy raced here on last night on Tier 2, and well, Cody Lawrence doesn't need an introduction. We know how fast he is.
Yes, we always see him top the leaderboards in time trials. So we're known of his pace in these tracks. So I can't wait to see what happens in the race. This is a very fast tier with a lot of fast drivers. Everyone, there's a lot of drivers on their outlaps right now. Gonna start one soon. Beware is heading back into the pits, as well as some drivers hasn't yet come into the pits. Brainstew is still out there with those 2.5 lap old tires. He's most likely gonna head back into the pits. But Ace is almost gonna
1000. I think he's flying. I think he's the only driver now flying.
Yeah, I believe he's flying. Yeah.
We'll see what he has on sector 1. He has a little bit of traffic ahead of him. I think that's Vincent on his outlap. Ooh, a little bit of a kick on the rear, losing time, and I think that will be an aborted lap time. We'll see if he finishes this one, but it's 7 tenths of pace on that sector 1. It was, really bad oversteer. We saw how the rear really stepped out there on that section. It's really a common mistake as well. Talking about common mistakes, we have a yellow flag there. I think that's Henner's.
Yeah, I saw
That
Henner's
is
there, yeah.
facing the wrong way.
And when you mentioned that Henner's ace just invalidated his lap as well, going through the first sector, so that's unfortunate for him. But he still has a lot of time left. He could do another lap if he wants to, but yeah, most of the drivers are going to be starting their laps right now. I believe Drake Dempsey has just started his lap, so we can go on board with him.
Yes, he set that lap 14.9 with the mediums. Now trying the softs. He will surely be finding an improvement at the end of this lap. Now into turn 5 and 6. Really complex section. 23.7, and that's a fantastic sector 1, if I have to say it. 6 tenths improvement there. Pacing for a really good time. Probably 14.3, even less. That could be a provisional pole position right now. Missing a little bit the apex, I would think. There on that corner, but now going down into 11 and 12 into Aqua Minerale. We'll see the traction out of the Red Bull, putting the car onto the left hand side. He needs to face this 14 and 15 chicane really good. There he goes on the entry, slow but fast on the exit to maximize that speed in cornering, and now carrying all the speed to the low part of this track into 16. Meanwhile, Yerney putting the car into pole position, 13.9 for the Ferrari, but has Drake Dempsey improved enough to take that pole position? Yes, he has.
Whoa!
And it's an amazing time.
13.4. Oh my God! Look at that lap. What a lap time from Drake Dempsey. I've never seen that before, actually. That's an amazing lap coming from the Red Bull driver. And I don't know if you noticed it, but I definitely noticed it. The skies are looking a bit grim right now. It's a bit cloudy than it was. It's not much sunshine like there used to be.
It is indeed. Neon aborted his lap time. He was improving a little bit. I don't know if he did a mistake on the sector 3 chicane, but he aborted that lap time. Another driver improving, I think, was Vincent. 13.8 for him. Kai as well put himself into P4.
Ace is rounding up his lap there. So Ace just I saw him. He set a purple sector 2.
Yes.
So what lap can he set? He's currently in P10 with the medium tires, and there you go, P2 with a 13.6. Another good lap from Richie there. Even
really
with
good,
the medium
but he's
tires.
Still 2 tenths of Drake Dempsey. That lap was amazing. I was jumping with freeware. I think he was doing a good lap, but then did a mistake on Aqua Minerale, losing the traction and losing time now. 2 tenths off of his last time, his last attempt. I don't think he will be improving. Brinsteel, meanwhile, as well, starting a new lap. He's on 12th place behind freeware. 15.1 for the Italian. I think he did that one with the mediums. I might check that one. I think it was, yes. So we'll see what Brinsteel can do now, as he has a little bit of traffic on sector 1. Not finding an improvement on that part of the track. Eruption ahead of him, putting the car to the left. Nice to see what Brinsteel has on his hands.
As well as Neon is rounding up his lap. Let's see what time he has. I believe he had 2 laps on those soft tires because there's not much battery. Sets himself into P4 right behind Vincent Nyqvist. It's 13.8 for these drivers, and early on we can actually see the times are actually getting closer and closer, and we see him cut the track too much a bit there. But you can see with the grid there, the times are actually close early on. And unusual pattern like you saw in the before races, the gaps were usually a bit distant from one each other and early on, but later on we see them getting closer and closer. But from right now, just from the top, just from early on, we can already see the gaps are getting close.
Yeah, Brinsteel, I was on board with him invalidating the lap. Not gonna be happy about that one. We'll see Candy King if he has something there. I think, no, he has aborted as well. I think he did already a lap to put himself into 14.8 on that time. I think he did, yes, indeed. Mac Berg now finding an improvement out of sector 2. We'll see what he has on sector 3. 2 tenths has been improving so far on this lap. We'll see now when he crosses the line if he can put the car ahead of Jaxiol. Yes, actually, indeed, he puts the car on 5th place.
5th place. Well, there you go. The Merc driver staying in P5 right behind Neon. Separating between Jan and Dovzan. So good lap for him, actually. That's good expectations coming from the Mercedes team. But the qualifying session is not over yet. We still have some drivers coming in. Meanwhile, Lawrence, he's still out on those medium tires there. But I don't know if you're noticing it, but the sun is just disappearing by the second. You might see a wet race. I don't think so, but you never know with this with these weather conditions.
What can happen? We'll see. Lawrence probably doing some practice runs with the mediums. He's known for doing it. Right now on P14, I was on board with Abby, trying to improve that lap time. That was, I think, a second out lap that put that time. But he invalidated now on his hot lap. Now Yerney as well on a flyer, improving 1/10.5 on sector 1. That could be a good lap time by the end of this one. At the moment might be brushing that 3rd place. We'll see what he has on the other 2 sectors.
He did set a purple sector 1. We see some people in the chat saying rain is imminent in 5 minutes, so we'll see if that's true. But nonetheless, Yana Dovzan is setting a good pace around here. So, and rounding up sector 2 is 2/10 down on his time. So nonetheless, he's might be getting that 3rd place position. Maybe 2nd place? I don't know. We'll see. The lap is still not over yet. Maybe he can improve a lot. Rounding up the last couple turns here. Make sure to get a good amount of speed here, traveling through that turn. Let's see what lap time he's gonna put through. He started P6, and one lap time he's gonna go P2 in front of Ace. Only 8 milliseconds in front of Ace Ritchie there.
Amazing lap from him. Now Austin Torlaski on 10th place. He has an improvement. It's not gonna be enough to beat Jaxiol, but still closing that gap. 2/10 now between both of them. Henners as well on 17th place. Now improving 3/10. We'll see if he can overtake his teammate for the day. Eruption. 3/10 ahead of him. Well, Henners aborting that Adam. Grumpy as well, now flying.
He's indeed flying. He's going through those last couple of turns here. Hope he doesn't invalidate in this lap. In this turn is going to be a bit tricky. He does have a traffic ahead of him. Vincent needs to move out the way. And he does do that. And he invalidates on that turn there. Like I said, he shouldn't. Unfortunate for the Alpine driver. There's only 3 minutes left. Does he have enough time to come in? I don't think so. He might have to stay out and recharge his battery quickly and do another lap there. But Abby's heading out the pits. S2000 as well. He just started his lap, as well as Ace. He's on the middle of a hot lap right now.
Yeah, I don't know if he was improving on sector 1. I didn't see the delta, but it seems like he's flying. Look at that corner speed. Now down into 11 and 12, up into Acqua Minerale. Really close to the spin there, but of course he's nailing that section. A marginal improvement would be enough to beat the Ferrari of Yerney Dovzan, but it's gonna be enough to pole position. I don't think so. He needs to nail this sector, and I don't think he has any more chances to beat Drake Dempsey, who's at the top right now. Turn 16 for Ritchie. Turn 17, he needs to carry the speed to the line. Opening DRS.
Wow, he goes into the pits. That was pretty close for Ace Ritchie. But yeah, it looks like the qualifying session for Ace, it's over for him, and it didn't look like he was going to improve much on his time. Neon, he has invalidated his lap, so he's going to have to round up that lap.
I think.
Yeah, charge the battery and go for another lap. Kai is in the middle of his lap right now. This is
sorry, I think might be raining or not yet, probably. Still not yet, sorry. I thought I saw a drop rain. It wasn't, my bad, sorry. I'm on board with Vincent, who is flying. I think was improving on sector 2. We'll see if he has something on sector 3. And Drake Dempsey, the provisional pole sitter, has started a lap as well right now. It doesn't seem like he has too much competition, as Yerney and Ritchie have been dropping a little bit. Now Vincent improving, not enough to gain any places.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has enough to improve that P4. I mean, he could go for another lap right now, but it doesn't look like he is. He's just aborting that lap. We have more drivers coming in. Kai is rounding up his last lap there. And let's see what time he's going to put in. And he puts himself into P7. Yeah, that was, I don't think he improved there. It might be going on for this lap right now. He looks like he's still driving on this lap, going to the sector 1.
I think he's
let's
pushing yet.
Yeah, looks like who else is on lap? Yaxiol just finished his lap. Not much improvement there. He only made 1/10, but that's still good enough for P6. Right behind Neon, the McLaren, the newly now McLaren driver. We have some more drivers finishing up the laps. Drake Dempsey, he invalidated his lap, but I believe he's gonna start his lap right about now. That might be his first lap there. Some traffic in the way, but that's not an issue for them. Jan Dovzan and Ace, they're still in an out lap. Is that gonna be enough to start another lap? They have 30 seconds. That's gonna be pretty close for them.
It's gonna be surely really close. I think Dovzan can make it, but can't reach it. He's just behind him. He's really pushing to get into the line. We'll see. Yeah, those chicanes absolutely abused, but no worries for him. Neon will retire the car. Actually, I think
That looks
into the
like,
barrier in the middle lane. Probably.
yeah, that doesn't look like he's driving into the pits, but maybe we can get a better view here. I don't know.
I think probably was a
There's
crash.
oh, what the hell? I'm sorry there, but Ace is just, I don't know what happened, but nonetheless, there's a tire in the middle, and the pit lane is just completely blocked from Ace's car. Nobody can go into the pits. It's just completely stuck now.
And that's gonna get penalties for drivers, I would think. It's gonna be really unfortunate if it happens.
And Vincent gets disqualified. Oh no. And Yax, oh no. Oh no, this is, oh yeah, this is not good. Nobody, if anybody is going to the pits, I advise you not to go into the pits. Candy King is going to the pits. Freeware gets disqualified, Eruption gets disqualified, everyone's getting disqualified now. Oh no.
Disqualified. When driver does a thing like that, then this can happen. At least 5 disqualifies, even more.
Candy King gets
From
disqualified.
this session.
Yeah.
Yerney does that. I think he's improving. I think Yerney can be on pole. We'll see if he has something there on sector 3 to really gain time on that.
Whatever you do. Oh, there's a car in the lap there and the tire. No, that's
time. Almost.
Almost there, but what is going on in that pit lane over there? It's still blocked by these drivers here. Crampy is the only driver out there. He's not on the lap particularly, but the pit lane is blocked, it looks like. So he's gonna have to cross the pit lane, and that will be the end of the qualifying session there. The marshals will have a look at that, but nonetheless, we still have a race going on, and pole position will be the American driver.
Still, we have to see what's gonna happen, because all of these disqualifications not being fair.
Might be a restart even, but it depends on how fast we can deliver the message. But nonetheless, we still have a race to go to. Either way, the Drake Dempsey does set pole position for the Imola race with an amazing 13.4 race there, as P2 goes for Jan Dovzan with a 13.6. Ace with a 13.6 as well, sticking close, and McClurk, the Dutch, as well, sticking to his Dutch comrades in 13.7, as well as Kai with 13.8, Jack AC with 13.8 as well, Jonah Martens, Neon 13.8, Avi 13.9, and Brainsu 13.9 as well. So, heading into this race, we'll see.
I think we're gonna have a restart of the lobby. Sorry there to interrupt, but I think we have to see how was the grid before the DSQs. But I think this is gonna be a restart for this lobby, as a lot of drivers got involved in an incident that they didn't have any fault. And well, of course, we'll have the restart, and we'll be into the lobby in a couple of minutes. Sorry for the delay, but we will try to set this as fast as we can.
Yes, nonetheless, there will be some racing happening tonight. They will deal with this issue later, but nonetheless, we are going to keep it fair here with the drivers and have a lobby restart up and shortly as fast as we can. But yeah, nonetheless, the qualifying session went pretty well. We see the American driver, Drake Dempsey. He sets a respectable lap time. That's a very possible lap time you saw there. What do you think of the qualifying session?
It's been a really complete one. We have seen tiny margins between these drivers, but we have to see if that can be translated into the race, and if we can see a lot of battles as we saw yesterday. But before that, we have to set the grid. So I think we'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Okay. So just wait here. Hold on. We'll be on the race and waiting to race here on Imola, of course.
Of course. Just give us a couple minutes to get all the drivers back up and ready. In the meantime, we can look at the standings though. Just to refresh everyone on where the constructor champions at. We can see that Richie is still leading the constructor championship. He did set a respectable lap time there. I believe he was in P2, I think, or P3. But we'll see heading on to the race. Hopefully he can bring in some more points like we saw in Saudi Arabia last time. Sorry, not Saudi Arabia and Australia. With those points there, as well as Dobson and Eason 31 points. And from P3 to P7, they were pretty close together with 26 points as well as 25 points. And Alpine and Mercedes, they're both keeping it nice and tidy, as well as Mercedes, Haas and Ferrari. It's a pretty close competition. So we have all the drivers right now going back into the lobby, I believe. We can get the lobby up and started soon. But yeah, so far how's everyone's going? Hopefully everyone's day today is going pretty good. It's a Wednesday, middle of the day. The weekdays are almost over, so we can pray that everything goes smoothly for the oncoming weeks. But yeah, it looks like all the drivers are ready to go very soon. We have almost all the drivers here. Missing on one more person, I believe.
And yeah, I think Vincent had a restart of the game, and we'll be waiting for him to create this lobby. Sorry, so to create the grid, and we'll see.
Yes, we'll see. But in the meantime as well, we can also look at the calendar as well. And we know that we have USA for next race, but also Monaco, which is going to be a fan favorite, at least to watch, but not to race on. I know racing in Monaco is hell, but to definitely watch, it's definitely a circus ready to be unfold. So we'll be ready for that. It's all streamed and ready to go. As well as we have Portugal. That's around 7 there in the second column. That's a new track to join with the race. I know it's another track for drivers to be practicing on. As well as we have Azerbaijan and Canada. Those are tracks to also a lot of practice on. So definitely interesting calendar here for these drivers. Still waiting on drivers to ready up. I believe one more driver there, and we'll get ready soon.
Yeah, I think the grid is getting done, because remember that we have to set the grid again for these 20 drivers. Can be a little bit messy when someone rejoins and that stuff, so we hope everyone stays here. We are 20 drivers already on the lobby. It's just that what I was saying, setting the things up so everyone can drive here with fairness. And of course the incident will be investigated as well after the race, but as a lot of drivers got collected on that DSQ well, on that DSQ party, because it was like a party there with the message popping from race director of the DSQ. So will be investigated, and of course that's why we are restarting this lobby. That issue of the disqualifications can't be in. We can't control that, so we'll try to see and make it as fair as we can for these drivers. So I think soon enough we'll be racing, and just hold tight there onto the chair, because this is going to be really interesting. We saw yesterday, Psycho, we were commentating here, a lot of action almost every lap there, and a lot of drivers overtaking, well, on that main straight, that DRS and that slipstream effect that you can see on the main straight, on the main straight line, on the main straight. It's going to be really interesting to see how they can force the 3 wides, how are they going to be in a position to fight on that first chicane, and if they can take it back on 3 or on turn 4 and 5. It's actually really good to see racing here on turn 7 as well. It's a place that you can have a lot of overtakes, but not much enough. It's Imola, we know that already. and we'll see what the Tier 1 drivers, with a lot of pace, a lot of skills, and we hope that they have a lot of patience, what they can do on this track.
Yeah, and we saw. Yeah, we were commenting yesterday. We saw a lot of action unfold, especially at the end of the race. And if a safety car does come in, that's gonna definitely interrupt some of the strategies here. We know that the strategy is soft to medium for sure, and medium tires. They're gonna be here to prevail because medium tires and the soft tires they have fresh pace. We saw when Wiz pitted very early, or sorry, very late on. He was like 10 seconds or 8 seconds behind the closest driver, and yet he still won on the last lap. And we also saw Polypunk with interesting strategy there, pitting on the last lap with his medium tires that he started on. He didn't get disqualified, but he did get he started from the or was he was on P3 and then went down to P8. So we're definitely gonna see some more action unfold here, especially if we're gonna see some action like that, like we saw in quali. But we're still yet to come. All the drivers are here. We're setting up the grids. As we know, Ace will not be disqualified for the race. We looks like it is a game issue, so it doesn't look like that will be taken into factor. Hopefully, we can get all the drivers ready to go. I believe it will be all the drivers are going to start readying up now.
I think we are right now. We were checking a little bit there. We hope that we don't have an restart. That's why always the checking is good before reading up. So sorry for the wait, but these 20 drivers here are reading up to make this race 32 laps. It's gonna be of pure intensity. We'll see. It seems like it will be a dry race with the sun. That's how it was on the first session. At least what I can see is that is gonna be clear sky. So it's gonna be, of course, most likely for the top 10 soft to medium strategy, and for the other ones, the strategy they can select the one that they want. So we will see, and of course, these drivers need to remember to load up the setups and to select the tires. It normally happens that they can forget.
Yeah, that happened to me once in a tier 3 race, I believe. It was my first season MRL, and it was a Mexico race. It was a lobby restart, and I accidentally forgot to load the setup, and it was absolutely terrible. So hopefully the drivers remember to put on the tires. Top 10 are going to stop on softs, and it's unfortunate we have to do a lobby restart, but it does happen when it affects a lot of drivers. So everyone will have fresh tires when they do pit, and if there's any safety cars, that's going to help come into play. But we have everyone now. We can come back into the game now. Here we are. We're back in the lobby for some more racing. We have a full grid here ready to go, and I'm excited. Everyone's loading up their setup. Everyone's putting on their fuel, and we're going to start the formation lap very shortly. As you can see, the timer there starts in 25 seconds. So everyone has some time to put in what they want to do. Not much. I don't believe there's not much setup changes. There's a common pattern with these tracks. Not much to change with the race setup, but still lots to change with the strategy and fuel. Hopefully there might be some risk taken with the undercutting with the fuel. You might want to run a lighter car, like we've seen a lot of drivers here have done before, and yeah, maybe some people want to play this the safe way.
See now as these drivers start to move, and what they have selected on that well, at the beginning of the formation lap. Of course, we were waiting for them. We'll see what these tires look, and you can see how this is 50-50. The top 10 softs and the other mediums. No one wants to risk it with the softs at the beginning. They think the safety car won't be there at the beginning of this race. We saw yesterday a couple of drivers selecting the softs, thinking probably that the safety car was gonna be happening on the first laps, and it actually happened. And the drivers with decided with mediums suffered a little bit with that one. We actually saw really interesting strategies yesterday with Polypunk extending 31 laps of mediums and only pitting 2 subs for the last lap to not get disqualified, of course, for the rule that you need to have two different tires, two different compounds on the race, on dry conditions. But we'll see what these drivers can do. We have Drake Dempsey on pole position with a very good lap time that he did, I think, on his first attempt on softs. He only did 2 laps, I think. Well, the other one was not an improvement, the last one, but was really good.
Like Vincent, Nyquist, and Kai, they had a collision there and got disqualified there, so they're gonna start on. I mean, they're still hot and warm, but they're gonna be dying pretty fast, especially when everyone's out there doing their laps. So still, everyone's lining up to the grid now, and we're hopefully ready to start soon. We got all the drivers lining up. Thank you everyone for being patient with us and having the lobby restart. And we will reward you with a lot more action ready to go. Have the last car lining up there, I believe. So we're almost all ready to go. It's a full pack race there. 20 people in the grid, 32 laps. A full-on action. Are we going to see safety car early on? Everyone is on the fresh tires. And here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The revs are up, engines are revving, and away we go. Drake Dempsey, does he get a good start? Doesn't look like he is. It looks like Yanov Dovzan is throwing side by side, but who's that in the background? It's Ace there. People are going side by side, going to turn 1. Who is that in the background? Is Ace going to go for any moves? Looks like there's some collision there going in the back. McBlurk and Vincent. Drake Dempsey is going down. What happened to him? There's a spun. There's been collision with Neon or something happened, but looks like something happened with the pole position.
Yeah, the pole sitter. Oh, that's Vincent going really wide on turn 6. Well, Drake is in the wall. Drake Dempsey is in the wall. And he has lost the front wing.
Drake Dempsey is gone with only not even finishing sector 1 yet, and he's already almost out of the race. Luckily, he didn't retire, but he has gonna have to come back to the pits for damages. Oh my god, there's more action to unfold. We saw Ace almost spinning off there. McBlurk and Neon, they're having his changes there as well. What is going on?
Okay, so it happened that Drake Dempsey understeered into turn 2, protecting turn 1. He went wide on turn 2. The exit was not good to protect that place, and then he went wide, and I think contact with Neon almost spun him, but then with the tires really hot, spun at the exit of turn 6. Neon has damage and he's falling on the grid.
Ooh.
Wide on turn 16, Yaxiel taking that place, and Kai, I think, gonna be the next one. I don't think his teammate is going to put it difficult Neon into the pits. I think he will put in the hearts, even though it's not the best and the race that the tire that you want. Or exchanging between Bristy and Abby on P6, the Mercedes going ahead of the Haas.
Yeah, a lot of action just unfolding into P1. Lap 1. Neon and Drake Dempsey, they're gonna have to pit. Looks like Neon's gonna pit for the medium tires, and Augustin paying for the hard tires. And Drake Dempsey, did he pit for a new set of soft tires?
Sure, yeah, I think he's still on the pit lane. Mediums for him. Yes, as we see, Yaxiel exchange with Abby. Abby at the exit of turn 7. He's done 2 moves already, but now on my screen teleporting a little bit back. I don't know if that's the thing for everyone. It seems like side by side they were, and now he's ahead. A little bit of lag on my end, sorry about that, but Abby just ahead of Yaxiel.
Yeah, looks like that. There's more exchanges going back there with Crampy and Candy King. We saw, I believe Crampy was in the last race in Tier 2, or the second last race.
Sorry.
Pardon?
Yakak, I think Yakak spawned there. Yeah, he spawned and he has damage. I don't know if he damaged as well Vincent, but they were collected at the end of turn 3.
Sorry there, I just saw Drake Dempsey. He almost spun there. He caught his car, but he almost spun coming out of the same turn where he crashed there. Looks like Ace is gonna go for the. He's right behind Yarna Dovzan. Is he gonna go for the overtake? I don't think so. No, he was right behind it, but he doesn't want to risk it. Avi is 2 tenths behind Kai as well. We have more drivers following up with each other as well, but the gaps are just now kind of suffering a little bit, giving a breathing space to these drivers.
Avi really pushing right now. I don't know where he started. I think he was on. We'll see. 4 places gained already. Both Mercedes really gaining places. 5 for McBlurk. We have an exchange at the back as S2000 is side by side with Henners at the exit of turn 7. Good move around the outside there.
Good stuff, good stuff. Both of the Williams are sticking together, and we know Eruption, he's on the new set of wheels. But it's looking good for these drivers now. It's unfortunate for those drivers. Look what happened there. Vincent Nyquist, he's fallen down the order. He's going down pretty fast actually. What happened to him?
Drake Dempsey
Oh
into the pit lane.
no.
Yes,
Drake
Khaled.
Dempsey, yeah, and
And Vincent
Vincent
as
as
well.
well. So early on in the race, that's so unfortunate for these two drivers. Drake Dempsey is an amazing fast driver there, just to see him retire on lap 3, and DRS has only been activated. That's so unfortunate there.
I don't know if it's set up a thing. We'll see what happens to him. Abby pushing Kai. And overtake well as well for the lead is Jeffrey ahead of Yerney.
Ooh.
And as well Abby overtaking Yaxiel. We'll see if Kai can do the same. He's really close to the Alfa Romeo. Not happening yet, but Abby doing an amazing job putting the Mercedes just behind his teammate, and 3-4 for them at the moment.
Yeah, the Mercedes, they're second in place in the Constructors' Championships. They're gonna get some good points if they can stick in this position there. Kai got overtaken twice by Avi and Yaxel, and hopefully Avi can kind of slow down these drivers. Freeway gets the fastest lap of the race, even though he's in P16 there, back there with Henderson Eruption. He's leading. Oh no, sorry, I was looking at somewhere else. But anyway, we're going back into the race. Dovzan is only 2/10 behind Ace. He might get this. He might get him back in the next DRS straight.
See Yerney now as he's really close at the exit of 15, as you were saying. He doesn't want to try it now. He will brake earlier than Ritchie to try to get the better exit. We'll see if he can make it. They need to work together to split this grid. We have seen this top 3 battle already. We saw it on Bahrain, I would say, and as well on Jeddah. Overtake there for Yerney into the main straight. Referee Jeffrey Ritchie doesn't want to really defend that one. He knows the DRS is really powerful.
Yellow flag for Freeway there. As well as somebody's gone off as well. No, it's overtakes between Candy King and Noah Carmen. Noah Carmen puts himself into the points position. Is a swap with the Williams there. Eruption and the Henders. They did a little swap, and look at this! Look at Eruption. He has spun. No damage for that Williams over there. It's unfortunate for Williams there, but the race is not over yet. There is about 27 laps left of this race, and you never know what safety car is coming in. The race is definitely not over for these drivers.
So you need to be really lucky, of course, to get back into the race, but still, that things can happen in this sport. Safety cars can change everything. The moment on the top, nothing changing from the beginning of this lap. Yerney overtaking Ritchie, and they are staying the same. We'll see if they can overtake. Jakak is retiring car on the pit lane. 3 cars already retiring on the pit lane. Tier 1 drivers seem to really like that strategy, but we'll see if they start to do it in the future. Right now, Ritchie really close to Yerney. I think he's gonna do it again, exchanging positions. Yerney going really wide to let the Alpine driver by. He doesn't want to lose time.
That's good with these drivers. They're just helping out each other. They don't want to risk it and lose a lot of time. They're in a pretty good train there. Noah Carmen goes another overtake against Crampy there. That was pretty close between those drivers, but he sticks it through. What overtake from Noah Carmen. It's pretty hard to overtake there. Another spin from Eruption. They're saying a yellow flag in Sector 3. I don't know if he has damage in that car. It doesn't look like he does. And it doesn't look like he's going to come back into the pits. Another spin from Eruption, but hopefully he can bring it back as the race is still not over yet. Closest gap so far is Brainstew. He's keeping very close to Kai right now.
As well as the leaders. We will see what Brainstew can do with the mediums. Really interesting what he is doing, because of course he should be in a disadvantage right now with those tires, but it seems like he's keeping that pace and sticking behind Kai. Cody Lawrence as well on the back of Brainstew will be happy about that, not losing the train that is ahead of them. Actually, Abby is the one that has the gap, 3 seconds ahead, and I think he's closing to the leaders. I think it was 3.4 the last time I checked. Yellow flags is Agustin Torlaski with the hard spinning at the exit of turn 6. I don't think he has any damage there.
Is Dovzan gonna go for the overtake? Doesn't look Ace is gonna fight it a lot. Hendricks gets a 3-second penalty. That's your first penalty of this race so far. There was a 5-second penalty for Drake Dempsey, but of course he retired, so doesn't really count. But yeah, it looks like these they aren't really pushing each other a lot. Dovzan and Ace, they're just keeping really nice and tidy, but maybe they're trying to work with McBurk as well. I don't know, he's keeping in 3rd place, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. Yaxel is all over Avi right now. He's only 3/10 behind Avi, and as well as Brainstew. He's keeping nice and tucked between Kai as well. So you can see the train between P1 and P3. They're slowly pulling further away from the second train going on in the background. And yeah, everyone's keeping nice and close. That we see some warnings being given now as well. So these drivers need to be taken care of. We see Eruption. He's slowly. He's even though he spun twice, you need to also remember that he is first time on his wheels. So that's as I say that he does spin again. So as a reminder, he is first time on the wheel, and he is, even though for tier 1 race he is putting he's keeping it very pace. I know he has the pace to be a #1 driver. So we'll see later on, and he needs to cool down his tires a bit before he gets back into the race.
Surely, we know that he has the skills. It's only about practice to get there. So we'll see how he does. He actually really close on Abby, not trying it though. Really close. Crampy and Candy King exchanging positions. They did exchange the positions as well 3 laps ago when Noel and Crampy overtook the Aston Martin. Now Candy King getting one of them, but now losing DRS with Noel Carman. Seems like he is flying on this track, and with the mediums as well. Seems like he's really comfortable. We'll see where he ends this race. I was gonna say something now, I don't remember. Yeah, actually Yerney and Richie fighting there with the DRS and McBurk on the back. We saw that on Jeddah.
Yeah, we saw that in Jeddah. Yeah, but those drivers were working together. If Neon also, he was there in Saudi Arabia. He was kind of there as well. But Eruption gets a 10-second penalty for kind of track. I believe he's gonna most likely retire from the race. So that's Imola is not the track for him. That's 4 drivers gone. It's only lap 8.
You don't like to really see that. You never know what happens at the end of this race. Probably he wasn't feeling comfortable, but yet you never know what can happen. Still 24 laps to go. Richie overtaking now at the outside line. Yerney doesn't want, as we were talking, doesn't want to really risk anything at this stage of the race. Neon having a penalty.
Oh yeah, another exchange from Crampy and Candy King there. Crampy takes back his position, saying, "No, I want my position back." But he's still outside the DRS. Oh, look at that! Crampy's actually out the track a bit. Is that gonna allow Candy King to take back the position? He needs to get the extra speeds. Crampy also gets a 3-second penalty. Add injury to the wound. That's not a good way to overtake there. But still, nonetheless, the race still goes on. Hendricks gets another 3-second penalty, to amounting of 6 seconds for the Williams driver. It's not looking good for that team there.
Good at the moment. The Williams are only Crampy with between the top 10, but yeah, that penalty is gonna hurt him a lot at the end of this race, and even more if there's a safety car that really makes the grid to really be compact and to really be compressed. So we'll see what they can do. McBurk now utilizing that energy, probably trying to overtake Yerney. I think he's gonna get it. We'll see on the main straight.
Oh, he looked at the inside. Oh, there's line shooting. Oh, that's very dangerous. Yene Dovzan goes for the overtake, and there's some contact there with McBlurk. Look at this. Crampy goes for P8, actually. Oh, that's actually because of Avi and Kai. They have just paid it for the medium tires. But we saw that Ace and Dovzan, they were confused on where to just land their car on. There was a lot of position changes. Maybe there might be some reports going on over there, but nonetheless, Dovzan sets in P1. The pit window is open now. It's around lap 12 to pit for the medium tires. So maybe these drivers are now fixing their position so they can put themselves in a good spot when they do come out the pits.
Yerney wants to pit now because he really rushed to it. McBurk was gonna attack him, but Yerney didn't want to be the third on this train because the train can split if McBurk cannot follow the pace of Richie. So Yerney needed to do that move. Was really late, but he got it. We'll see if Richie can or wants to do the move now. I don't think so. He's not that close to do it. We'll see if Yerney decides to pit or not. We have seen already the first stops due strategy. Penalty for S2000.
Nobody goes into the pits. It's still a fight for that P1 position. Ace, easy pass through. You know, there's some, but is McBurk going to fall through? Is he going to go for the overtake here? He does look into the inside, but it doesn't look like he wants to. It was going to be an almost move there, but see, the power of DRS is too strong for anyone to handle. Once you don't have DRS and there's some cars flying closely behind you like that, that's going to be an easy position there. Candy King and Crampy, they're still fighting it together as well, keeping the gaps very close, but all eyes are on the top 3 right now.
It's on top 3, the battle for the podium. Yerney at the end pulling to third place. I don't think he wanted to be in. We'll see now if he tries to do an undercut. Richie standing a little bit the gap, but McBurk still really close at the back of Richie, who has a snap on turn 13, and McBurk probably wants to take that one. Not gonna be risking it on 14 and 15, but we have seen moves there. We'll see if Richie can have the temperature good on those rears. It seems that he has done a very good chicane. We'll see if McBurk or Gurney can pull an undercut. We'll see what they can do. I don't think the undercut is too powerful here, but of course can work.
It can work, and Ace is the first driver, and McBlurk follows through. But Dovstan said, nah, this is my time to shine, and he's gonna put in a fast lap to hopefully come into the pits. In this lap, it's kind of smart if he gives himself some time to utilize those softs. But nonetheless, Ace and McBlurk goes in the pits, as well as the Axel. They followed him through, and goes into pits as well to pit for those new medium tires, which puts Brains, Stu, and Lawrence as well. Those are the fastest medium runners right now. They step themselves into P2 and P3 with those medium runners, and shortly after we'll see Dovzan, the only person to start on softs and sticking on those softs. He's still the only driver to be out on track, so he's kind of the latest driver to pit in yet, but is that going to work out for him?
This is really good because Richie has traffic. Well, actually, Henner's just pulling out. That was going to help a lot Gurney, but Henner's just decided to let everyone by. Probably because he knows he's reserving and he doesn't want to really be, let's say, disturbing for the battle of the lead. Free play to him, but that was gonna help a lot Gurney if Henner's retained a little bit Richie and McBurk. Now they are free with clean air. We'll see if Gurney pits now. He needs to answer that one, that undercut from Richie and McBurk. McBurk losing a little bit of time on the pit lane, as I think it was Yaxiol pitting at the same time. There we have it, it's Gurney pitting. Henner's, yellow flag, he has spun in Aqua Minerale.
He has spun, yes indeed. But doesn't look, yeah, it looks like he's gonna come back into the race. Everything's good for C, but the most important thing is to see where Dovzan is gonna come out. Is he gonna come out in front of Ace Richie, or is he gonna come out just in time enough? Let's see him, he's running up the pits, and looks like the pit limiter is right there. You can see Ace is right there in the background. Looks like he is. The McBlurk and Ace are both overtaking Dovzan, and with a lot of time loss. He's actually outside of the DRS.
It's almost outside of that DRS. 1.1, he needs to push it now. The overcut was not the best idea. He almost had it though, but I actually thought it was gonna get released before I expected. But the pit lane really long, and the pit limiter, of course. You have to really be waiting to get it out, so that cost him a little bit, but he's now again on that DRS range. Abby, by the way, doing a really good job with that undercut. I think he pitted on lap 10, 2 laps before expected, and he's now 1.7 behind Gurney instead of 3.6 I think it was before the pit stops.
Yeah, I believe I remember seeing Abby like, was it 3 seconds behind McBlurk, so it's a really good strategy for Abby. And Dovzan, he's keeping it inside the DRS range, so that's good for him, as well as McBlurk. He's almost outside there. Brains too gets overtaken by Lawrence, which means the Haas drivers are both stuck together. So actually look at the gap there, 0.3 in 6.5 seconds. Ace sets the fastest lap with those medium tires with a 16.2. And yeah, looks like those 3 drivers that started, they're going to keep it together in that DRS range. You can see the drivers are sticking together like that. Maybe they can help each other out, but nonetheless the gaps are getting bigger and bigger. But for these medium drivers that are in the front, the racing doesn't stop for them. All eyes are on Lawrence and Brains too. They're keeping it nice to each other. Hopefully they can work together so they don't lose much time, because they had amazing medium stints so far. Lawrence has 10% ERS, while Brains too, he's having a nice and cool 48% ERS. Neon gets a 3-second penalty, as well as Freeware. He gets another 3-second penalty as well.
Yeah, probably Neon took that penalty and showed on the HUD of Freeware, and Freeware, looking at that as well, took another warning.
And S2000 as well. I believe he has 6 seconds of penalty now. So these drivers need to watch themselves a little bit. That's definitely going to affect their race. RKK Lawrence having no ERS at all. It's going to be an easy breeze. Oh, is that out? It's going to be a safety car.
Perfect. Could be not ideal for the medium runners, but I don't think there's anything there. Not even a BSC.
Not
Green
even
flags already.
BSC. And there you go. There's the racing key continues. There's no safety car for that. He was pretty far back out there, so not surprised there. Ace, S2000, McBlurk, look at that. They're all behind, going there. Oh, S2000 almost spun there. There's some contact there with Yana Dobzan. Yeah, if Yana Dobzan cannot overtake S2000, that's going to slow him down a lot. He needs to overtake him as fast as possible. He needs to send it here. He's carrying a lot of speed. Is he going to go for the overtake? No. This is not a good position for Dobzan to be in. He needs to overtake him ASAP, or else he's going to lose so much time against McBlurk and Ace.
He's already losing a lot. McBlurk did an amazing job. I don't think McBlurk was going to follow Richie through, but he did. And now Yernate needs to do it as soon as he can, as you were saying. Really impatient. Was a little bit at the beginning of this lap, but now keeping it tight to S2000, respecting the limits. We will see when he can put the car. He needs to do it as soon as possible, as you were saying, because he is going to lose the DRS. Otherwise, with the leaders, the virtual leaders, as talking about the leaders, Lawrence and Bristow exchanging against once again the position. And soon, I think on lap 18 or probably lap 20, we'll be watching, I think, those pit stops. And I really have to say that I think Corey Lawrence can be in a really good place to even be on the podium.
And look at this, Dobzan can't even overtake S2000. He's spamming the ERS, and he hasn't even done the overtake even in the main DRS area. But look at this, look at the exit speed he's got, and look at that. He actually overtook him going into the chicane. No matter what, the tires were fresh as you can be, and that's not enough for S2000. Even through the DRS zone and the ERS spam, that wasn't enough. He did have a look in the inside, but Yana Dobzan, he lost so much time, and now is outside the DRS range. But look at now, he's in the inside right now, but can he keep that throughout the race? Kai gets another 3-second penalty there, so that's amounting to 6 seconds of penalty. We can look at the penalty situation here, with most drivers having a 6-second penalty, with only Crampy and Yaxel having a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, some drivers, as you were saying, with penalties, they will have to have that on mind, especially Crampy that is on the points. Still yet to pit, 15 lap old mediums on his back, and almost 10 seconds behind the first of the medium runners that started with the mediums this race. We'll see what they can do. Brain still not exchanging positions at this lap with Lawrence, but it was really close. We'll see what they have to do in terms of overtaking just before the pit window, because that's going to be entertaining and interesting, as we saw with the three leaders, that they were exchanging a lot of positions before the pit stop.
Yeah, so I guess a 3-second penalty there. He's now in P11. But yeah, Brainstew and Lawrence, they're in a very good position. Third place right now, Noel Carmen with the 7.9 seconds. He's pretty far back there. But as well as Candy King. He's not in the DRS, but still, you know, trying to fight behind Crampy behind him. He's low on ERS as well. But McBlurk and Dobzan, even though the slowdown from S2000 didn't help him a lot, that doesn't stop Dobzan for setting off the pace. He sets himself back in where he was. He went a bit wide there. I don't know if that's going to be a warning. Harry's a free ride there, going into the pits actually.
I think there was probably not a warning, but he had to slow down to not get one at least. A little bit wide on Aquaminadale. Not going to help the confidence. Now dropping a little bit, a couple of tens on McBlurk, but still having the DRS. He needs to save that energy. I think he's really low compared to others. Yellow flag ahead.
It was Freeware slowing down for P1 and P2. Didn't want to, it was blue flags out for him, so they didn't want to cause him losing time. Look at that, Crampy and Candy King, they're changing positions. Hannes gets another 3-second penalty there. But
almost.
Ooh, who's that there? McAvey goes for the overtake against S2000 there.
Exactly, Abby on S2000. McBlurk was 1/10 of that move. Kai having a penalty, not gonna help him either at the end. I think he has another one. I think it's 9 seconds already for him. Not gonna be happy about that performance. Still outside the points, but we have 5 drivers yet to pit. So
and it's gonna be interesting to see where, definitely interesting to see where Lawrence and Brains to pop out. They had a good pace with the mediums. Yaxel is getting ready to go for the overtake against S2000. He's on old mediums there. But still everyone keeping nice and tidy. Brains too, he's 5/10 behind Lawrence there. He couldn't quite catch up in the last DRS, but can he do it now? 19 laps, not even utilizing the battery, and you can see the speed there. Who is that in the background over there? Freeware.
With the softs.
Even though he is having, he has a blue flag there, that's not gonna stop him to have some fun on the track. There he goes, overtakes those drivers there and puts himself into, not P1, it's P15, but still he's in front of these drivers there, just saying hi, what's up? It's me, Freeware. Did you miss me?
He needed,
Yeah.
he needed to do it because those softs. Well, he needs to of course maximize the use of them. Now he will try to catch Henners and probably Agustin Torleski, but we'll see at the end where he can put that car. Cody Lawrence as well, really close on Brinstone, not gonna happen now, but a lot of moves. I think it was Yaxiol overtaking S2000s as well.
Yeah, so there was an exchange of position of Axel. Like I said, he's on the fresh new tires, so he was ready to go for the overtake against S2000. But nonetheless, Ace, McClurk, and Dovzan, there are the drivers to look out for. Those are drivers that most likely gonna get put in positions here. But or else Brainstew and Lawrence, they're also in a very good position. Lawrence is only 3 tenths behind Brainstew, even though with the low ERS, can he go for the overtake here? Freeware gets his fastest lap with the 15.5, but I won't be surprised if that's going to be overtaken soon with the medium tires. Let's see, Lawrence goes for the overtake. No surprise there, he was pretty close there. And there you go, Candy King is the first driver who started on the mediums to pit into the soft tires.
Bristew's in the wall! Bristew is out!
What happened there?
Safety car, surely.
Surely that's a safety car. And it is a safety car!
For Lawrence!
Lawrence, oh my god! Oh, and you can see he's there. Noah Carmen. Oh, Noah Carmen, Lawrence. This is the perfect chance for them to pit. And that's going to bring them up by so many positions there. And wow, but that's so unfortunate for Brainstew there.
Everyone on the top 10 has to pit. Brainstew lost it. I was gonna say that it was really important, crucial, that move from Lawrence to Brainstew, because I think they were gonna pit. Candy King as well got a little bit neutralized with that. He was trying an undercut on the leaders, but still, he will be happy about that, because everyone has to pit. Of course, with the Delta, he won't be gaining too much, but still closing the field. So the drivers, that top 3, Lawrence, Noel, and Crampy, might be the top 3 after the pit stops.
Yeah, what the safety car has done. Everyone's going to have to pit now into the new soft tires thanks to the restart. It doesn't look like they're going to have to start on those or use their qualifying tires, as there's none. Everyone has going to be on the same pace, on the same soft tires. You might see Lawrence winning the race, actually. You never know. But this is going to help Noel Carmen if he's going to pit. Yes, he is. Of course he's going to pit. He's going to pit into the soft. So we can see what position they come out. He's actually going for Candy King. He actually pitted in the perfect time. But if you only waited a little bit earlier, you could have gotten the exactly when the safety car comes out. But nonetheless, everyone is going into the pits. Candy King and Kai are the exception here. Fura as well maybe, but still Lawrence is your P1 position, your provisional P1, and Noah Carmen as well. He's coming out to pits as well. He's in P2, and there you go. That's just throw a wrench into the bunch.
Not even provisional. It will be your actual leader, Cody Lawrence. After that pistol, Candy King. Look at how much he's climbing. Almost Crampy. He's got 4th place.
Oh my god, and we can just look at the, let's look at the position changes. Lawrence with a 12 position gain as well. Look at this, Noah Carmen with a 16 position gain. He started P18 and all of a sudden he's in P2.
Amazing Noah Carmen gaining 16th place from the start. Not only that, but Cody Lawrence, I really hope, not gonna lie, I really hope he wins this one, and it seems like really favorable to him now, as he has Noel and Crampy as well as Candy King, 3 drivers that were not there, probably not with the same pace as McBlair, Yerney, and Richie, and probably gonna help a little bit the Ferrari to gain time. So we will see how they can do as well. Richie losing 2 places with McBlair and Yerney in the pit stop phase. We'll see what happened there, but I don't know if he changed that front wing or something. We'll have to see it later.
Interesting to note that Henrys has a drive-through penalty, so he's going to fall down the order. When the safety car goes out, he's going to have to come back into the pits to serve his penalty. Kai and Freeware has 9 seconds of penalty, and the Axel and S2000, they have 6 seconds, and Crampy in P3. He has a 3-second penalty, and that's definitely going to affect his race there. He might, because of that, he might lose the podium. But nonetheless, you never know. There's still around, the safety car might come in next lap. So 10 laps of racing we might see here. But nonetheless, everyone is on the softs. We have Kai and Candy King. They used 1 lap with the softs, but I don't believe that's going to affect them much. We know that these soft tires can last a fair amount of laps here. And with a lot of action waiting to be unfolded, don't you guys go anywhere. Tell all your friends and family that Emerald Tier 1, that's some shit gonna go down, boy.
It's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be really shaky now with these 10 laps to go. We're waiting still for Agustin, Henners and Freeward to catch the queue. But of course, Crumpy with that penalty, he's gonna get demoted a little bit with that. But I think even with that, he's gonna get a better result than without the safety car. But we'll have to see, because he was 10 seconds off the lead. Well, the lead was Lawrence. So I think he has a win even if he has the penalty. And still, there's chances that these drivers behind him are gonna battle really hard and probably gonna push too much to the boundaries. And probably you can see some penalties as well on the back, so probably he can win some places thanks to that.
Yeah, thanks to that. So fortunate for Brainster there, but he did kind of help a lot of drivers there, but still he was in such a good position there. And I was actually really curious to see with where Lawrence and Brainster, where they're going to end up when if there was no safety car and they were going to pit, were they going to be in a good position to fight with Ace and Dovzan and McBlurk. But look at this, safety car is coming in right now.
Yeah, safety car is coming in as Freeware just catch the queue. He was really rushing there to get it. Now he needs to get this one as soon as possible. Well, everyone is on the softs. Everyone wants to battle. Drive through for Henners. I'm gonna be happy about that one. He has to serve it now, I would say, when green flag is going. Lawrence retaining the field. Good exit out of 17. A little bit of a snap there. Shaky on the throttle, but he is on green flag racing. Lap 23 of 32. We will see if McBurk can make the move on Candy King. If these drivers can exchange positions now on the restart, it's going to be really dangerous to make it now, but they have to do it.
They have to do it there. There was a bit of an iffy start there. I saw Noah Carmen gain a little bit of time there. Not any position changes going into turn 1. The closest gap is Candy King to Crampy. But and as well as Dovzad, he's getting pretty close to McBurk. Everyone's keeping it very close with each other, but no action yet to unfold yet. Everyone is so close with each other, but who's going to pull out their cards?
Yeah, it's really close on McBurk, but still not going to happen on turn 9. Would be even suicidal to do it now. Lap 23 still, of course. Yerna needs to do it. He was leading at some stage of this race. Now down into P6 as well.
Look at this.
Oh, look at that move from Yerna.
Look, Yerna had the excellent speed coming out that corner. Is he going to go for the dive? Yes, he is. But is that going to cause any collisions? No, there was enough space left. And amazing overtakes there. Is Richie in the background there? Yeah, they're going side by side against McBlurk. But they're going same pace right now, going to his corner. But who's gonna have enough balls to dive in there? Looks like McBlurk has. He's sitting his car right in front there. But look at this, Ace with the dive in and that turn in inside. They're still keeping it nice and tucking each other. Ace is just still in the inside. They're going to turn 1. But who's gonna have enough speed to go there? Dovzan giving Ace Richie a little bit toe there. That's gonna be enough to put himself in front of McBlurk there.
A little bit aggressive there at the last corner for Richie. Squeezing just enough the Mercedes of McBlurk. Really good racing between them, and the slipstream given to Richie really helped there. We'll see if McBlurk can dive now on turn 7. He's looking for it, but he thinks twice about that move. Noel Carman gapping already Crampy, who's falling 1.3 behind the 2 leaders, and Noel keeping the same pace as Lawrence. It's going to be good news for the Haas team after the disappointment there with the incident on Brainsteel, who was in a really good place. But now watching this, probably they're gonna be happy, of course, about that one. Henner's having a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, still having to serve a drive-through. Well, actually he has served it already, and that's why he's so much further down.
Yes, and I'd like to thank Wobidi for the rate of 23 viewers. Welcome to MRL Racing. We are unfolding here after a safety car restart through a wrench into the mix. And we have all the mix of drivers with RK Lawrence and Noel Carmen. Noel Carmen notably having an 18 lap, started in 18th place, and now he's in P2. DRS is now active, and more overtakes are ready to be unfolded here. It's yet to come here. Everyone's keeping it close, nice and tidy here. Avi, right behind his Mercedes teammate, they're going to bring a good haul of points if they get to keep this position or potentially gain more positions.
Here, look at Richie, he's really close, looking for it. Not enough, but still really close on Journey. These two drivers are really fast. We'll see if Richie can launch it there. S2000 having a penalty that's not going to help him to get into the points. And I think it's not the first one either. 9 seconds already on his name. That's going to be falling a little bit there when they cross the line. We'll see now as Candy King is losing a little bit of pace with Crampy. Almost losing the DRS there. Journey as well, really close. Henners, yellow flag on sector 1.
Yellow flag for Henners there. It's not looking good for the William boys. But it's nonetheless Ace and Dovzan. They're having a pretty good battle there. Candy King as well. He's slowly falling down out the order of Crampy, but nonetheless Crampy has a 3-second penalty, so that's going to set him back by a lot. Might even set himself into P6 or somewhere around there if the intervals are going to keep like this. Nonetheless, we have a Ferrari in provisional P1 there. There's only about 6 laps left to go. Look at this Dovzan, and will he go for the overtake here? I think he is. But who's that in the background there? Ace is there in the background. Is he gonna go for the double overtake? What is going on? They're going side by side. No, Dovzan sets his car in front of Ace and saying, no, don't you dare come in front of me. They're gonna separate between the two Alpines there, and it's gonna be a Alpine sandwich with the Ferrari in the middle.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting how Crampy can play this card. We'll see if he helps his teammate for the day. Remember, Crampy is a reserve for today's race. Not the point's not gonna be helping Alpine on this case. Henners having a penalty and probably retiring on pits now on lap 26. We'll see what he does, but he is pitting. Probably putting another set of softs. We'll see what he does. Journey, meanwhile, with a lot of pace on his hands, closing there to the podium. He has it already as Crampy has that penalty, but he wants to take not only this but the win. He is 2.5 seconds off the leader, his teammate, and he has everything to play with.
Well, hopefully Crampy can help his teammate there. Oh no! Dovzan gets a 3-second time penalty. He went a bit too much into the line, and that's gonna give Ace the P3 position. Oh my god, what is this?
This is really intense. Journey has to do it now as well to try to clear that penalty. Richie gonna do it on the outside line. There he goes, overtaking his teammate.
Oh, whoa! What is this?
Easy. Crampy battling that one.
Oh my god!
Still Crampy.
And they're still going side by side. I thought they were going to be teammates and help out each other, but no mercy for these two drivers here. They're still going to help each. They're not helping each other at all. Ace is going to go for the overtake here, but he's going to Crampy. He does send it to the inside, and Crampy's going to still put his car in front of Ace. Ace is still battling with Crampy with a 3-second penalty. He's still fighting Ace a lot. He's saying no, I want this position. He even pushed him out a little bit.
McBurg is going to take it at the exit of turn 9. He gets ahead of the Alpine. Rich is going to be fuming about that one, but McBurg going to be graced about that. Amazing move, but that's going to be some discussion here with Ace. Crampy being his teammate, and even with a 3-second penalty, he does not want to give the position at any means necessary. But this allowed Dovzan to have even a 2.3 second gap behind him, and almost closing in with Noel Carmen. Some exchanges going down there with Candy King Yaxel. And looks like Candy King is going to put his car in front of the Alfa Romeo. There's a yellow flag for S2000, and he collides with Kai, and they both retire from the race. Oh, that can be a safety car.
And it is a safety car! Yes. Oh my god. That is so much action. What do we say? We saw this in Tier 2. A lot of this action is just unfolding at the end of the race. And here we go. More safety cars here to come. Are these drivers going to pit? What do you think?
I think so. I don't think it's worth it. Someone can try it there at the back, probably Frewer and Agustin, but this is gonna help a lot Henners, but I think he was almost gonna get lapped. So
yeah, well, this is this is helping Henners a lot. If he didn't retire there, he's still has a chance to come back, but he does have a lot of penalties to his name. This is gonna allow. It's not good for Dovzan and Crampy though. They still have those 3-second penalties. If the safety car wasn't there, Dovzan might have had a chance to even have the podium position, but with the safety car, that's impossible now. You never know. We're most likely going to see around 3 to 2 laps left of racing, and this is going to help us as well. Noel Carmen, he was losing pace against Lawrence, but if he can get a better restart here, You never know. We have 73 viewers in the chat right now. Everyone's waiting to see what's craziness is gonna happen in the last last 4 laps of the race.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. I don't know if Noel gonna be really thanked about this one. I think he was still on DRS of Lawrence. Can you check that? I'm not 100% sure, but now he's gonna have Yerney on his back. I wouldn't be happy to have Yerney on the back. He's a really good driver and he really knows how to overtake. And it's gonna be a driver that really needs to overtake and really needs to clear that gap because he has 3 seconds on his name. But we'll see what happens. A lot of drivers closing into the safety car now. Hope they are aware that, of course, there's yellow flags. Yeah, everyone, respects seeing that. But I thought they were closing too rapidly the safety car, so I was a little bit worried about that one. It seems like everything is fine. Waiting for Henners to really catch that safety car, and we might be racing, I think, on. I think the safety car has to go on lap 30. Crampy having a crash on his game.
That's not good for Crampy there. But he's in the P5 position. I don't think nobody can really overtake him there. He's not gonna lose that much time. Hopefully, he can come back quick and swiftly. But hopefully Henners needs to put on those lap time here. I know he's gonna be pushing if he wants to catch up to the grid. I don't think will the safety car come in this lap? I don't know. But nonetheless, Henners is gonna have the free track there of just practicing his skills before the safety car goes out.
It's gonna be really interesting. And we'll see as still waiting for Henners. I don't think it's on this lap. It's gonna be on the next one, and we'll have 2 laps of racing.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, it doesn't look like safety car is going to come in. If it does, that's kind of weird, but still, Henners is putting in the pace right now. We can just see him zooming around the track, really utilizing all of his battery there. He goes into second sector there. We can just stick on board with him because he's having some fun action in that Williams car. But nonetheless, everyone's we're warming up their tires. Henners is notably going to be on some worn tires when he rounds up to stick with the queue, because even still he does have the penalties there.
Yeah, but it's gonna be worn tires, but even I think with that better. Only two lap old softs against 8 lap old softs for the rest of the field. Of course, you have to take note that those 4 laps at least were behind safety car, but still gonna be younger. So he needs to try to nail the safety car restart and try to get them. Of course, safety car has to be on this lap, and we're gonna see how they can do this. It's gonna be really intense. No safety cars can be on these 2 last laps. I think virtual safety cars either. So green flag racing on 31, green flag racing on lap 32, and the drivers will be really close. Tierney Dovdan with that penalty, Crampy with that penalty, Yaxiol as well. That's gonna be really compromised on this restart. Richie needs to gain everything to try to fight even for a podium. I think he has P4 on his hands, but he needs another one to take that podium for Alpine.
And the safety car is gonna come in this lap. Henners did come back to the queue, so good on him to quickly come back. William boys are back into the race. Nonetheless, Lawrence is going to set the pace for these drivers here, and hopefully Noah Carmen, he is I bet his heart is racing right now. Nonetheless, he might get a podium here even with Dovzan. He has the 3-second penalty there, but will that be enough for he might even get the win here if he has a beautiful start. Let's see. Lawrence, is he gonna go off? Yes, he does. He goes off now, but as well as Noah Carmen, he's gaining on time with Lawrence there, but is that gonna be enough to go for the overtake there?
He can do it. He needs to push it now. Both pushing energy. Is the slipstream gonna work? We'll see on Noel Carman. Not looking anyway. We'll see if Richie can do it on Crampy. Not everyone's too far away from their rivals. Not gonna be happening now. Yerney really close on Noel Carman. He needs to clear this traffic and try to extend the gap to make that penalty not affect too much on his final race time. We'll see now Yaxiol as well, really close on Abby. Nothing happening yet. Richie is really close on Crampy. Once again, we saw this happening one time. We'll see if Crampy now can protect that one. Richie's not even alongside, but he's gonna force it.
Oh,
Not happening.
that wasn't smart there. He lost, definitely gonna lose some time there. Crampy had to leave some space for Ace, or else they both would have crashed out. But nonetheless, they're still going on battles here. Dovzan is 2 tenths behind Noah Carmen, and Noah Carmen is slowly losing pace against Lawrence there. He's only 7 tenths behind. It's not even a lap yet. So he needs to find some pace if he wants to get that position. But nonetheless, he is in a very good position, sticking his car into P2. Are we going to see some overtakes here? Dovzan is definitely going to utilize his battery going into the next lap.
So between them, McBurk now really close, as well as Gerney. Everyone utilizing the battery. We are on the last lap of the race, and Lawrence seems to be clear of this field. 8 cents between him and the rest of these drivers. He actually really close. Gonna try it on the outside.
And some contact there. Yeah, had to go off, just like we saw this with Lewis Hamilton. Here where it goes overtakes against Agustin Torlacci. Still the last lap of the race. Where has all the time gone? The laps are just out of nowhere, and this is the last lap of the race. These drivers need to pull out all the cars they can. Noah Carmen, he's most likely going to settle into P2, but nonetheless, the Ferrari boys putting themselves into P1 and P3. Hopefully, I don't think so. Dovzan is going to have that use that penalty there. Oh my God! He almost dived in the back of Noah Carmen, and look at that, McBlurk is going for it. McBlurk is going for the overtake against Dovzan, but is that going to be enough? Who's going to go put their car in front? Looks like McBlurk is going to put his car in front nonetheless. Crampy is in the background there, but we'll see. The race is almost over there. Yanav Dovzan, he's still looking for that overtake there, but no.
I don't think so. This is going to be for Lawrence. Now he will be crossing the line. He started, I think, on P13. Amazing strategy, amazing safety car that helped him, but amazing pace. He takes the win. Noel Carman, amazing result for him for the Haas, taking P2, and McBurk is going to round up the podium. Resi is going to jump into P4, and Abby will complete the top 5.
There you go, Lawrence setting himself back in the grid from P13, takes the win in the Tier 1 race division. He wins the Italian Grand Prix of Imola. Congratulations for him, as well as Noel Carmen and McBlurk setting out the P2 and P3 respectively. Really good race for Noel Carmen. He started P18. That's definitely my drivers of the day. He had a good pace, even though he had a wasn't that far behind from was it Brainstew and Lawrence. He's still stuck within the strategy, got lucky with the safety car, and got that podium position. Good race from these boys. And Freeware, I believe he got into the points. Well, there you go. Nonetheless, with the 9-second penalty, Freeware gets into the points, and he's back.
And with the fastest lap as well. So 2 points for him on his unique, let's say, show here on Tier 1. We will see now the in-share views for these drivers. I'm really happy, not gonna hide that. I'm really happy for Cody Lawrence. He did a fantastic race, as well for Noel Carman. I think 2 drivers are gonna be really happy about that one. And McBlurk collecting a podium there. He was fighting all the race for a podium, and he got it. Amazing job.
Yeah, he got it there. Congratulations for these drivers there, for you getting those 2 points. As I know these drivers are definitely I know some drivers are not going to be happy with their performance today, like Neon, the Williams, as well as Richie. He hoped to get that win there, as well as Dovzan. He would have hoped to get at least a podium there, but GG's from these drivers. We are hopefully getting ready for the pre-race, post-race interviews. If we have drivers going into the interview waiting room, and we'll see shortly enough. Very soon. Yeah, I
think we'll be waiting for McBurk if he can show, so we can go from down to the top. The third driver here, we have already our top 2, so we'll see. I think we can go on the different order and start probably with the race winner for today. Amazing job. I think we started on 13th place. Cody,
yes,
how
sir.
you feel about that one?
Ecstatic.
Really happy for you. It was a really good first stint. You were keeping there with Brinsteel, probably helping between you guys with the DRS and the slipstream. It was a really good first stint, and thanks to the safety car you got there. But did you think at that moment before that you were gonna get into the podium?
I was very, very touch and go. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to pick my words, put my words together. Braid Stew had really strong pace. We were making really good time on the counter strategy. I don't know if you're watching my ERS, but I was draining it every single lap because there's a little ERS knowledge I have around here about deployment. So that's why you might have seen it go so low. Braid Stew had strong pace. That safety car, I feel bad for Braid Stew because he was quicker than me, I think. If we had gone green, I think he would have had me, truth be
I
told.
think
I'm
it
not sure
was
if it would have been. Go ahead.
a lag spike or a screen freeze. I think that caused him to spin on the sausage. Really unfortunate for him. You were guys battling a lot, and at the end it was just everything perfect, right? With the safety car and the strategy working.
Yep, absolutely. I think I was struggling a little bit for raw pace. On the first restart, I just felt a little hesitant because I hadn't done much high fuel running lately around Imola, so trying to just get a good rhythm under myself. Noel had strong pace staying behind me. I think if we went green, you would have had a 2-car duel for the win. I think Noel would have been just as deserving as a winner today. If it would have been me or him, would have been just as deserving. But then that second safety car gave me a second chance to take control of things. I knew I had it in me for 2 laps to keep somebody behind with the ERS I was trying to do, and it was enough. Thankfully, it's enough. You have to be in those positions to take advantage of them, and that's what I tried to do today. I know a lot of things went my way, but I still feel really ecstatic. That was something else. I didn't think I had the pace to do it today, but dang it, I did it.
You did
Amazing.
it for sure.
It was amazing. Congratulations for the win, as well as a reserve driver. I don't think it's the first win of this season. I think you got at least a couple, if not one, on Americas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna see if I can race tonight too. We'll see if I can even get in. Maybe I could try to do a 2 for 2, but I doubt it.
I was gonna say that. Probably you can do it. We know you have the potential. If you have the potential to win on Tier 1, I think surely on America's Tier 1. We'll see when it's the next race that you are racing with us. Actually, next week gonna be your home GP. You're trying to reserve for Tier 1.
I don't know, truthfully. I've been very fortunate today. I had a day I usually don't have off, so I had the chance to race today and try to take. I didn't even know if I was going to be racing till about 5 minutes into quali. So we'll see if I can even race next week. We'll find out on that one. But no, we'll see. But I want to say thank you guys. Give me a chance to do this. This was awesome. Really happy. Thank you guys for doing this. I really do appreciate it.
Happy for you as well. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, and then we have our P2 finisher, Noel Carbon, into the commentary booth. Oh man, it's so nice to see you here, Noel Carbon, my former teammate from Tier 2, as well as the runner-up Tier 2 champion. How are you feeling today?
I'm stoked, bro. I can't imagine it, like starting P18 to P2.
Yeah, you got really lucky there from the safety car there. What was your emotion going through when that safety car came out? Did you have any strategy plans, as well as there was a second safety car happening as well?
I mean, I gotta say, I was planning to go in lap 19, but I was like, nah, tires feel good. Let me go another lap. Lap 20 goes, and I see Brains 2 crashes. I'm like, no, Brains 2, my teammate. You were in a good position, man. Then I see the safety car. I'm like, I'm still like, no, why? But yeah, I was like, yeah, okay, softs. That's how it's gonna go, and I'm gonna do what I can to stay with DRS of Cody, which I did, spamming my ERS.
Of course. Well, I definitely helped out. You almost had the pace. Well, it looked like you were gonna overtake Lawrence into turn 1 after that second safety car restart. But nonetheless, we're going to the the 5th track, I believe, into USA. How do you feel about that?
USA, man. I like the track. It's just, yeah, not my track really, but it's nice for sure. And yeah, about Cody into turn 1. I was like, I can't go for this. I can spam, but I don't want to do it because I don't want to risk it, right? I don't want to kill us both. That's not gonna do good.
Yes, that's true. Playing the safe way, and nonetheless, you were in a very good position. So I understand you didn't want to risk it all there. But nonetheless, thank you so much for joining us today. Bito, do you have anything else you want to say to our P2 finisher?
So congratulate. It was a really good race and really good pace as well there to hold with the leaders, and just amazing. Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you, Noel. Hey, Noel. Anyway, so that's our Tier 1 race for today. We have America's Tier 1 as well with Cody. He's going to be hopefully in that race as well. Maybe get back-to-back like you said there. So I got my money on that. But what an amazing race we had today.
It's amazing. As predicted, we saw yesterday on Tier 2 that happened a lot of action, a lot of intensity. I think there was only a safety car. And of course, always brings more action-packed GPs. We saw today, and we have still one race in 3.5 hours. Will be America's Tier 1, and that will be everything for us on this week on Imola. That's been everything from Psycho and me from Norway and Spain, and we'll be rating someone in the community after we roll the outro.
Yes.
Everything for me. Have a good night.
Thank you so much, guys, everyone. Good night.